Hi, good afternoon, everybody. I am Luma Seixas, and I'm doing my PhD studies at the Federal University of Pernambuco in Informatics Center in Recife, Brazil. My PhD research is related with Ubiquitous Learning as a strategy to support heritage education contests. So today I'm gonna talking to you about our ongoing work, heritage education experience, creating and sharing collective memories. My advisor is Alex Gomes, and my co-advisor is Ivanildo Melo. So a quick overview of what I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to introduce the concepts of ubiquitous learning and heritage education. I'm going to talking about collective memories, paying particular attention to Hobby Watt's theory of collective memory. I will present our ULearning application, UWE. After that, I will explore experiment using UWE. So I will present some findings and I will conclude with some final remarks. So ubiquitous learning means something more than mobility. A ubiquitous learning environment is any setting in which people can become totally immersed in the learning process. So it's a setting of pervasive learning that's happening all around the people, but people may not even be conscious of the learning process. And a number of ubiquitous learning applications have been used in different contexts like schools or universities, museums. So ubiquitous learning is based on idea of always on education that's available anywhere at any time. And the key concept of ubiquitous learning is the social interactions that occur wherever and whenever. But what is the relationship between learning and the preservation of cultural heritage? Uh, According to Beltran and Pisciali, learning has been used to comprehensively support learning in different domains, and the preservation of cultural heritage is one of that. And they are, according to Pozzi and Carro, talking about the possibilities of learning provides personalization, location, and contextualized learning for education. So I could also mention two important characters of learning as the interactivity and the context awareness. So about interactivity, the learners can interact with peers, teachers, and experts efficiently and effectively through different media. And about this context awareness, the environment can adapt to the learner's real situation to provide adequate information for the learners. So, what is this heritage education? Is the process that allows people to learn about their heritage. So, traditionally, teachers use conventional educational strategies as printed books to teach that kind of topics. However, the problem of heritage education is that more and more people that were in a particular place lost the opportunity to know in deep their heritage. The education could be neither effective or nor contextualized to the need and preference of the people. So heritage education has been developed traditionally in learning scenarios where educators offer to scholars predetermined curricula using traditional teaching strategies. But nowadays, citizens and visitors have multiple possibilities to learn in situ by using mobile technology in contest. So it should be exploited for heritage education in order to allow people to have a real conscience about humanity heritage values and their importance for the future. So it's this perspective specifically that we are addressing. So what is the big challenge about heritage education and learning? So we have diverse applications for heritage education, but there is a lack of essential personalization aspect and content recommendations. And considering this situation, learning can be a great opportunity for heritage education due to the connectivity and portability, which facilitates access to the resources and activities to learn out of formal learning environments. So here we have Maurice Hobby-Watts. So Maurice was a French philosopher and sociologist, known for developing the concept of collective memory. So he advanced the thesis that the society can have a collective memory, and that this memory depends upon the framework within which group is situated in a society. So according to him, there is not only an individual memory, but also a group memory that exists outside and lives beyond the individual. Consequently, an individual understand of the past is strongly linked to the group. So in this way, the collective memory refers to the shared of pool memories, knowledge, and information of a social group that is significantly associated with the group's identity. So, based on that ideas, imagine knowing histories about historical place in your neighborhood or in your city or in your country, but not from the books, not from the internet or Wikipedia, but through different points of view. So imagine that while you are walking around the city, or when you go to work, when you go to school. Based on that idea, we are proposing this application, YouuHE. So here we are bringing a new possibility to create and share content, specifically collective memories about historical places. So the process starts with the capture of user interest. This occurs right after registration. However, the user can change this later. So we start off storing user preference. In this case, user can choose at least one of available categories like architecture, dance, museums, religion. And after that, the application identifies user location. And as the user walks around the city, he can receive personalized content and contribute to their memories. So the second screen, we have our home screen, where we have the recommended routes. We have horizontal scroll view, where user can select routes according to their interest. And we have this dynamic feed. So the feed displays collective memories shared by other users, and this visualization is updated according to the location. So this way, in this paper, we present how ubiquitous learning technologies may enhance the connection between historical places and citizens, using as a case study YouuHE. So our app, which invites people to share personal memories and interact with other collective memory. So in YouuHE, YouuHE is designed based on an notion of a city as a learning environment. So the understanding of a city as possible learning environment presents itself as an invitation to consider what citizens can learn in their urban areas that cannot be taught at school, and what are the urban qualities that can be cultivated to create social connection and empowerment. So this perspective seeks to bring the relationship between citizens and the historical sites closer, affirming the feeling of identity and belonging to promote the valuation of historical heritage through location-based learning experience. So a study has been carried out to verify the experience of citizens using the application. So this research has an empirical nature and the qualitative method. So this type of investigation allows closer contact with subjects and environment in which the study takes place. So the main goal was to conduct observation and the individual semi-structured interviews with older adults to understand the meaning behind using the Ubiquitous application and in matter and the participants' motivations to visit the historical place. Precisely, we try to interpret different meanings that users attribute to this learning experience and to characterize the role of the application as a tool for creating and sharing collective memories. So through interviews, we identified the tools most used by the group during the visits. It was cell phone and camera. We also identify main activities carried out during the tours, where to ask questions to the guide, if any, and exchange information with other visitors. Here we have 3 different kinds of motivations presented by the users. It was emotional motivation, cultural motivation, and social motivation. The application shows several personalized routes and different cities. However, the personalized content delivery allow it to the elderly access primarily related to their city. So besides they were notified about personalized routes, as you can see in the image. So the interest initial definition permitted to show only places adapted to their participant needs. And the personalization allowed to the group members to remain focused on the areas close to their location, and consequently they could collaborate more effectively. So UUE is allowing sharing memories through text, image, and audio. So the figure shows a memory about a previous visit to a historical place, and the other photo related to that visit. So it was observed that collective memories are a means that guarantee both the obtaining data from interviews and the valorization of the individual. We observed that individuals access memory more frequently of events that were important to them, and also which identify themselves, and but however, they commonly asked if their stories could be shared on the app, so they had difficulty to determine if these facts were relevant for research. So we have evidence that group collaboration increased as memories were created. So some interactions indicated that a memory created by the participant served as a stimulus for others to remember their own stories and collaborate. So the results present UUE with effective potential for creating and sharing content about historical sites. Through memory shared on UUE, it was possible to identify that participants share subjective experiences and always add their reflections and perceptions from the reality in which they are lived in the present. So here I have some reference that help me to create presentation, and if you have any question, please feel comfortable to ask. I really appreciate your attention, and thank you.